Hey YouTubers, Electric Adventures here with another pickups video. A package arrived, one that I won very recently, just an item I put a low bid on when I was bored, and it's a pretty big bundle of stuff. So here's the package. So we've managed to cram as much as possible as they can into this, and it arrived very quickly because they used express post, which only takes a day to deliver. Also, an amendment to my last video. I forgot a very important item from my Father's Day pickup video. We have a custom cup, one of a kind, made by my youngest daughter. So that'll be our drink with a cup of tea in there for this video. Alright, so I've a pretty good idea what's in here, and this is to further correct items of something that I had back in the day, but then for some reason, probably because I needed the money, sold it off. So it's not a system, but it's items for a system that I used to use a lot. It's got a lot of stuff in here, so these bags are pretty tough, which is good, which means they last quite well in the post. Now, well, you'll soon get the topic. They're all pretty much for one system. So the first thing we have is a manual for page setter on the Amiga. So, and that's all in. So page setter is like a desktop publishing package, which I'm not 100% sure whether I have. And then we have an original Amiga Basic manual. I'm not sure which edition this one is. And looking over there, I may already have this one, but I'll double check, and if not, that might be available for trade. Oops, almost lost the package there. Now we've got the Enhancer software manual for Amiga DOS and Workbench and Extras 1.3. I'm almost certain I've got one of these, so if anybody's missing that, let us know. We have an introduction to the Amiga 500. So it's a book that would have come with an Amiga. Not totally fabulous condition. And there we go, we have a loose bonus of a map from some game in there. And once again, I'll have to check whether I actually have one of those or not. So there might be a couple of items available for trade. So that was sort of the extra items that came with this. And then we get into the main items. And they've been packaged quite well. Demonstrated by how long it took me to get into the game, into the packaging. Right, now our first title off the top is Garrison 2. Now I'll be very interested in having a look at this title, because Garrison was actually the very first game that I bought for my Amiga 500 when I got it, because it's like Gauntlet, but it's got a bit more to it. So I'll be very interested to see what Garrison 2 is like. So this one I'll definitely be giving a play, and maybe do a demonstration. So we've got, it's in a dual case, and there's I was a little scratchy. It's in pretty good nick. It's got a manual, and the 2 discs are present. So I'll rate that one pretty good. Now our next one is Starball. Oops, hold it up so you can actually see it. So this is in a hard case. Now, Amiga software titles have actually been going for way too much money on eBay, so I was actually very surprised that I got this. So it's got the disc, the manual, and a catalogue. That's all quite impressive. This weren't in the case properly. And I can see why, because they're actually very difficult to fit in. Alright, we'll put that in properly later. Right, and next title is Journey to the Centre of the Earth, in the same jewel case as the Garrison 2. It's like a little bit of an adventure game. And we have 2 discs and a little menu info, which is in good nick. Next we have Warp, which looks like a shoot 'em up. So this box is in excellent condition. We have the disc and manuals. And of course, looks like a Warp poster in there as well. Next we have Spherical, which looks like a nice platform game. So we're going to open the box. Got one of those slip covers. So. Inner box is in good nick. We have the disc and the manual as well, and the poster. Let's have a look at the poster. There we go. A decent looking poster there. Just hang on a sec while I put that back together again without hurting it. Right, that's our first shrink wrap section. We'll go for our next bit. It was a bit hard, they didn't actually list all the titles in the option, so I saw a couple of things that looked interesting, and I saw box games and I thought, well, I can't go too wrong. We have, oh my goodness, Oxonian, I think. It's another box game. Looks like a bit of a platformer. So it'll be a very good retro session having a play of all of these. So we have a manual, the disc, and another little guide in there as well. Now next we have Tunnels of Armageddon. So this looks like a 3D game. Entangling everything. I'll try and do. So, well, there we go. This one's actually got a copy of the disc, not the original disc, but it's the original manual and the instructions. That's a pity, but anyway. The box is in awesome condition. And look at what we have here. So there we go. We've got Strider 2. Now Strider is a game I quite like on the retro console, so it'll be very interesting to see what Strider 2 is like on the Amiga. A bit closer. So once again, the box is in pretty good nick. It's a pretty big box. And we have the game disc and a very little manual. Amazing for such a big box. They obviously wanted to stand out on the shelf. Right, one more section to the package. Just press the shift key so a good old screensaver doesn't mess up my video. So very well packaged, I'm very pleased. Okay, now the next one, this box is a little squashed, but we have Space Harrier. Obviously spent quite a lot of time on shelves and sold at various prices. This is a bit of a 3D retro shooter. I'm sure it will be quite colourful on the Amiga. Open the the box. It's got a plastic tray, and that has the glare, the disc, and the manual, for Bard's Tale 2. How about we have a look at the disc before we get too carried away? Yes, it's definitely the disc for Space Harrier, but we seem to have ended up with the manual for Bard's Tale 2 as well. That's interesting. Probably wouldn't mind the game for Bard's Tale 2, because that was another one of the games that I actually had for the Amiga back in the day. Right, we'll put that away. Right, next we have a mystery black box. So I must have had a slip cover or something on the outside. Pop him open. Right, okay, well this one announces itself as Microprose Golf. Right, and inside we have a disc with no label. It's interesting. Oh, that might be a save disc, because there's the original disc and a registration card. This game rings some bells. So this is no screenshots. So there's Microprose Golf. Now, if this is anything like the PC Microprose Golf, it should be quite a good golfing game. I do remember years ago when I was working as a computer system analyst at our local telecommunications provider, and they decided to move us all to a different state from Tasmania to Melbourne or Sydney, 34 people, and 2 people said okay, and 32 people said go away, and we all were made redundant. And around that time when they were making up their mind, there was probably about 3 months where we had no work, and there were 2 games being played. One was Microprose Golf. Would have been on ever 386 probably. I don't think that. Yeah, only 386s. And the other game would have been June 2. And you'd go around the office, and that's all people were playing around the office. All right, now there's one more thing that came from the same seller. This is not an Amiga game, and it is a boxed Atari 2600 cartridge, Real Sports Tennis. Now the top is all it is. It's been opened, and it was one of the glued shut ones by the looks of it. But that's not in too bad nick. And inside we have the cartridge and the manual. So I'm not going too overboard trying to collect Atari 2600 with manuals, because there's with boxes, but this was from the same seller, and once again I don't think I paid too much for it. I hope I didn't pay too much for it. I'll put that back in when I'm not going to damage it. So I hope you enjoyed this quick pick-up video, although I think I might have waffled a bit, and it's not too quick now. Now tomorrow, a friend of mine is actually returning something that one of my old computer systems that I swapped something to him for a while back, and I'll be doing a video on that, and it's coming with an additional retro system as well, so that'll be very exciting, and there's a fair few software titles with that, so expect a big video on that in the next day or so. He says he's going to bring it over tomorrow, but if he forgets, we'll have to wait till next week. But anyway, that'll be very exciting. Alright, thank you very much for watching.